And I'm one of a pair of people. There's 3 pairs. My wife is Annette Hansen. I make prints and paintings, and she makes photographs and ceramics. There are 2 other couples that are in the show, 6 of us total. And we've taken over the Promega art galleries, both upstairs and downstairs, all the hallways. There's easily over 100 pieces of art hanging tonight, and I think it goes for 3 months through June. She's a much better gardener, she's a way better cook, and she's a much better human being. I make my living as an artist, and she's someone who has come to it. Hobbyist is a terrible way of putting it because it's also her passion, but she does a lot of different things to pay the bills, as do I. But I've been a master printer at Tandem Press for 27 years, and now I teach printmaking, so I'm kind of literally involved in the arts almost on a daily basis. So that's how I'm going to judge my answer there. Ages and ages ago, I think my mom took me to art classes, and I wasn't very mathematically inclined. And I found that I had a passion for making things. My dad was also, he was a house painter who also was a part-time craftsman. We had tools and table saws. And the idea of making things was really a pretty cool thing. I'm lazy. She's inspired. And for example, in being invited into this couples show, she has made art in the past, but it's been a long time. And she just turned it on over the last couple months. Going through her archives, picking out all the photographs. She's been lately, last 2 years, really involved in doing ceramics, and she really just turned it on.
I'm actually one of her harshest critics, I think, because I want her to succeed. And if I see something that she's missing, because a lot of times you're really focused in on a piece and you can't step back from it. And sometimes I come in and I can see the whole piece where she's focusing on, bits and pieces of it. And I think that's very beneficial to both of us. We both do that to each other. So.
Yeah. And because we're honest, then we really trust each other. And it's always, we do it in a kind way,
Yeah.
And it's almost always true. That's the other thing.
It is, yeah.
We're now open in Stoughton, Wisconsin, which has been a really wonderful, welcoming community. We're at 524 East Main Street, so it's down by the railroad tracks, not far from the Opera House. The important thing to know about the gallery is that we represent about 100 artists from across the United States. We represent artists in all media, which I think was reflected in the talk that we just did, Tim being in the quote-unquote fine craft world and I'm in the fine art world. When we started the gallery, it was really important that we show fine art and fine craft at the same level because they're equally exciting and interesting areas in the arts. And so we're particularly well known in ceramics, and we have phenomenal painters as well. And then upstairs, Tim had the idea to create a space called Number 5.
Number 5 is basically an alternative space that's more commercially, not commercially viable. So it's installation work, it's video work. It's just work that's kind of pushing the envelope of what art is and what people consider art to be. We thought it was really important to educate our client base and to inform them what is out there in the big world. And this isn't usually done in gallery settings. It's usually done in museums or art centers or that type of venue. So we really liked that we could bring that all together in one space.
The art that I create on a regular basis that I show in the Able Gallery is plein air landscapes. And I love to do them. I love to go out outside. I joke with friends that to get a painting from my efforts is kind of a sideline from just simply being outside. Being in the elements, it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. It's transformative, it is transcendental, it is meditative. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to participate in. So Chris and I did this together. We, my friend and colleague, we went out to all sorts of areas in western Dane County, south into Greene County, all over the place. We were just kind of nomads out there. finding great compositions as we drove through the countryside, and stopping, setting up on the side of the road and doing paintings. And I just became addicted to that, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful couple of decades of working outside. No, I don't think we are competitive because she often works in many different mediums and in different ways. Working more recently on natural subjects, teaching nature journaling, and really getting into the natural world, like doing a lot of studying about the subjects that she's painting and so on and so forth. My aspect is to go out to find really interesting compositional ideas, very intimate environments that I just kind of immerse myself into, and they have the paintings that I do have a very personal significance to me in that regard. We are very honest with each other. We have such an appreciation for the objectivity of the other person, being able to see the work with fresh eyes, and yet with a background, a very deep background in different media, in everything artistic, so that we really trust each other's feedback, and I think we benefit tremendously from it.